seen in the long time. Breaking news is coming. Mayor Zoran Momdani has officially revoked every executive order signed by the Eric Adams after September 26, 2024. So, guys, let that sink in for a second. This isn't a tweak, this isn't a correction. This is basically hitting Control Alt Delete on the previous administration. So, guys, now in politics, when a new mayor comes in, you expect the changes. That's normal. But wiping out an entire block of executive orders, that's not a routine governance. That's a statement. That's someone walking into the city hall and saying, yeah, we are not continuing whatever this was. So, guys, now let's be honest. Eric Adams didn't exactly leave behind a clean or boring legacy. His final months were surrounded by the investigations, internal chaos, resignations, and a city hall that looked more like the group chat with notifications muted than a functioning government. So when Mamdani says everything after late September is gone, what he is really saying, I don't trust how power was being used at the end. Now, here is where it gets also interesting. Executive orders aren't random sticky notes. They shape the policing priorities, housing rules, city spending, emergency powers, and agency behavior. Revoking them all at once tells you two things. So, guys, first is one, Vamdani wants the full control of the narrative from day one, and two, he wants the distance fast from anything tied to the Eric Adams' last stretch in the office. This is also smart politics as well. Instead of defending or reviewing each order individually, which would drag him into the endless debates, he wipes the slate clean and forces the city to reset under his leadership. Now, supporters will call it as decisive, critics will call it as reckless, and New York, as usual, will argue about it loudly on Twitter by lunchtime. So, guys, now let's talk about the impact. Short term city agencies are scrambling. When the executive orders vanish, departments have to fall back or order older rules or wait for the new guidance. That creates a confusion, but it also creates a leverage. Mamdani now gets to reissue orders on its terms with his priorities and with language that reflects his political base. Long term, this move signals a shift in how this administration wants to govern. Less improvisation, more ideological clarity. Whether that works or backfires depends on the execution. And New York is not a forgiving city when execution fails. And here is the roast worthy part, guys. If you are Eric Adams right now, this is a political equivalent of someone moving into your apartment and throwing out everything you bought in the last 3 months because they don't trust your taste. That's not just the rejection, that's eraser. But guys, makes no mistake, this isn't a personal drama, this is power consolidation. Mamdani is telling Albany, Washington, unions, activists, and city agencies. The old chapter is closed and I'm not negotiating with the ghost. So, guys, what happens next? Expect the new executive orders fast. Expect lawsuits challenging the scope of this revocation.